roadshow in election-bound Telangana's capital city. In fact, Republic is tracking the pulse on the ground. Remember, this happens to be one of the largest roadshows being conducted by the Prime Minister in Telangana the last few days for the election campaigning. Remember, this has been a high-charged campaigning that has taken place in the state of Telangana. Is there a resurgent Congress at this point in time, which the BRS has completely dismissed? What you see right now on your screens, yet another high-octane campaign that is being done by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In fact, we'll try and also go across to my colleagues Varshini as well as Aniri, getting us a pulse of what's on the ground. In fact, remember, for the BJP, which has been completely dismissed by the Congress and the BRS, saying that they are not a force to reckon with in the state of Telangana. Remember, high-octane campaigning was also done during the municipal elections, which did not yield much result for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Will there be a turnaround this time? Aniri and Varshini both are joining us on this broadcast. Varshini, what's the sense that you get? The Prime Minister spending a considerable amount of time in the state of Telangana. You've spoken to some of the BJP workers as well as spokespersons there to get a sense of how important it is for the BJP to perhaps make their presence felt in a state where they've barely had more than a handful legislators.
Well, Shravan, if you see, this is a very important election for the Bharatiya Janata Party because, when it comes to South India, the presence of the Bharatiya Janata Party has not been, very major like it is in the Hindi heartland. And therefore, after losing the Karnataka elections, this time proving that the BJP is still very, very a big party in the South, and having a good number of seats or having a majority is very important for the Bharatiya Janata Party in this elections, Shravan. And when Home Minister Amit Shah was campaigning for the past few days, he was very confident about how the Bharatiya Janata Party has grown in the state and it's really faring well, and how it has developed in the grassroots levels, which will reflect in the elections, is what he essentially stated. Therefore, you can see all the important leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party are going all guns blazing in the state of Telangana. Extensive campaigning for the past few days. Since we are in the last leg of the campaign, finally Prime Minister himself came to the city of Hyderabad. The past 2 days it was all in the other constituencies and other districts. But now the Prime Minister came to the city of Hyderabad to give a glimpse of his that charm to all the people, and that is what we found in the people also, Shravan. Like, being here for the past few hours and interacting with the people, they were very excited to see Prime Minister Narendra Modi in person, and there was flowers, there were celebrations, there was music, dance, everything was here, and that's how the people celebrated Prime Minister Narendra Modi's roadshow, which is very evident that the PM and the BJP party has a good foothold in the state of Telangana. Though the BRS party is very ambitious about coming back for the third time, the Congress party is also putting in all efforts to put a big fight this time around. So it's definitely a big battle that is happening in Telangana right now. We'll have to wait and watch how the polling percentage turns out, and we'll have to see what is going to happen. Only on December 3rd we'll get to know. But for now, we can see all these three big parties fighting it out, with extensive campaigning happening in all the places, not just Hyderabad, but also all around the state of Telangana. So we'll just have to wait and watch for the results to see how this is going to turn around in the next few days.
Well, Varshini, just to get a sense of the areas that the Prime Minister would be covering in Hyderabad today, we saw a similar sort of images actually coming in from the Prime Minister's roadshow when it was done in Karnataka, targeting the urban voters. Now, as far as Hyderabad is concerned, BRS as well as the AIMIM essentially have a stronghold. Is the Prime Minister's roadshow really looking at those very constituencies where the BJP has almost negligible presence?
if you see, this particular constituency is the Mushirabad constituency, and already Home Minister Amit Shah has campaigned here. The BJP National President JP Nadda has campaigned here, and once again Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also come here. And this roadshow will be ending at the Amberpet constituency, which is also a very important constituency where Home Minister Amit Shah and BJP Chief JP Nadda also campaigned in the past couple of days. Now that the Prime Minister has also come down here, it shows how these constituencies matter to the BJP. There is much reception for the BJP party in these constituencies in the city of Hyderabad, and that is why these constituencies are again and again being campaigned, and all the big leaders are coming down here to make sure that the people understand what the BJP is trying to give them through this campaigning and through these elections. And therefore, like you rightly mentioned, the regional parties have always, been a big, had the upper hand in South India, particularly in Telangana. We've been seeing in the past 10 years how BRS had kind of had the upper hand, and MIM has also been a very big party here, where it has a lot of people who support it, very have been supporting it right from the beginning. And right now, with these national parties gaining more attention, it only makes the fight even more tougher, because right now, like I mentioned, these constituencies are again and again being visited by all the important BJP leaders, which only makes it very prominent to the people and to the BJP party as well, because these are the places that BJP definitely has a big audience who support them. That is what is also being seen here. Like, people here in the past few hours waiting to watch Prime Minister Narendra Modi had completely only been chanting the Prime Minister's name again and again, and also Jai Shri Ram chants were only heard here. And this kind of celebration that Hyderabad is probably seeing just before the elections is only changing the momentum from here. It's only showing that the BJP also has a big, a part of support from the city of Hyderabad, which is going to make the fight even more tougher. And with the current update of how the Raitu Bandhu scheme was also stopped by the Election Commission of India, that was also seen as a setback for the BRS, which is giving Congress and both BJP and Congress the upper hand in these elections. So it's all, at the last minute just getting even more intensifying. So we'll have to wait and watch how it all turns out, Shravan.
Let me also bring in Aneri at this point in time. Remember, for the Bharatiya Janata Party, this is yet another state which is turning out to be one of the biggest challenges. Their presence, as we've also pointed out, is almost negligible. But having said that, a fight that has been put up by the Bharatiya Janata Party, it all started even during the municipal elections, when there was a bitter campaigning that took place between the BRS and the Bharatiya Janata Party. At that point in time, little did anyone speak about the presence of the Congress Party, which has roughly about 19 legislators. But having said that, what's really changing for the Bharatiya Janata Party, and why is it that the Prime Minister too is investing a considerable amount of time in a state where they haven't really, traditionally speaking, they haven't really done well? Let me also bring in my colleague. We'll try and connect with Aneri. I'm told that we've lost the connection with Aneri. We'll try and reconnect. Let me just quickly go back to my colleague Varshini, getting us the latest details. Varshini, as far as this roadshow is concerned, the idea is to make their presence felt, because all this while the BRS has been saying that Bharatiya Janata Party is not a force to reckon with in the state of Telangana. In fact, there is no presence, is what he claims. But what is it that you're hearing from the BJP at this point in time? Do they have a number in mind that they would like to target or achieve? For them, perhaps also somewhere down the line, they have accepted the fact that they may not be in a position to form the government. But for them, the crucial aspect would be to go to double digits this time.
Well, absolutely, yes. Going double digit is definitely the aim of BJP in this particular election, because, with these kind of, road shows and public meetings and corner meetings and all that the BJP has done in the past few days, it only, shows how much they have been doing the groundwork and how they want the people to resonate to the national leaders as well. Because though the party has grown in the state of Telangana in the past few years with its state leadership. The connection with the national leadership was also very important, and that is what the Bharatiya Janata Party has established in the last few days in the state of Telangana, with back-to-back campaigns and roadshows and public meetings by all the top leaders who have been here, who have been camping out here in Telangana for the past few days, and going to all the important constituencies where the BJP has a good number of support. And as far as number is concerned, Shravan, there is definitely an expectation that the BJP will get a double digit. It's not just from the party themselves, but also from the people. You can see that their expectations and mindsets are changing. And at the same time, we cannot deny the fact that there is a very important thing that is to be noted here. And anti-incumbency is also being felt here. People do have this feeling of a change that they've been wanting to happen. Though there is a huge crowd where BRS is very strong about having their support very clearly made out, but still there is a feeling or sense of anti-incumbency that we can understand from the crowds, from the people here. So will that anti-incumbency work for the benefit of the BJP or the Congress is also a big question here. That is also very important to note at this point of time. Since the elections are only a couple more days away, all these questions are coming down to the point that two national parties which did not have a great presence in the state of Telangana have now gained a larger support, is what we are able to understand. And it is really unbelievable to see the kind of reception that the people just gave to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It was the excitement, the mood in the grounds here was just unbelievably top notch, is what we can say. And that is what the BJP is trying to gain, and that is what they are trying to put into use, which hopefully would turn into votes for them.
Let me also bring in Aneri, who's been tracking this election very closely. Aneri, you've spoken to leaders from a cross-section of political parties. For them, for the Bharatiya Janata Party, perhaps it's one of the toughest elections that they are having right now in Telangana, with the Prime Minister putting all that is required to ensure that this time they have better numbers. You've spoken to the BJP leaders. They still appear to be extremely confident. BRS says there is no question of BJP even opening their account. What's the sense that you get from the locations that were chosen by for the Prime Minister's roadshow? What does that really indicate?
Well, Shawan, definitely this is going to be a triangular fight, because when we compare to the starting days of the election campaigning, now when we talk about the Bharatiya Janata Party, well, definitely the BJP has come up much more stronger when compared to earlier, and now the top leadership of the BJP campaigning here has definitely put a very big tough fight for the BRS and the Congress as well, because earlier it looked like it was only between the BRS and the Congress, but now with BJP's top leadership campaigning here, and also the promises which are being put forth by the Bharatiya Janata Party in its manifesto, definitely is trying to distract and also trying to gain a lot of votes for the BJP, and definitely it's going to be a distracting one for the BJP or for the BRS and the Congress Party. But also at the same time, we have been seeing how in the last few days we have been seeing how the BJP has completely changed the picture towards the Bharatiya Janata Party, with one being one of the strongest points of the BJP being renaming Hyderabad as Sakinagar, and another one being scrapping of 4% of Muslim reservation and giving that to the OBCs, SCs and STs here in the state of Telangana. And also at the same time, we are seeing that the BRS on one hand says that BJP has no relevance in the state of Telangana, but also at the same time, we are seeing the Congress Party who says, including Revant Reddy, whom we happen to speak to exclusively, he says that the Congress Party is forming the government with more than 80 seats. But also, the BRS says that it will be a century, that is 100 seats for the BRS, and they are going to form the government for the third time in the state of Telangana. But now, with all of this, with the top leaders of the BJP also coming into the picture and campaigning here, definitely it has now turned out to be a triangular fight between all the political parties, and also at the same time, now it all remains to be seen. Tomorrow being the last day for the campaigning, we'll have to see how it turns out to be. And as Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a mega roadshow, a 3-kilometer long roadshow, which covers 2 assembly constituencies and also the Hyderabad Parliament constituency, which is a stronghold of the Bharatiya Janata Party, where BJP is giving a tough fight to the BRS and the Congress Party. All eyes on the 30th of November as Telangana goes to polls, and now tomorrow as well, as Telangana, as tomorrow will be the last day for the campaigning. All the top leaders from the political parties, let it be from KCR, KTR to Prime Minister Rahul Gandhi and also Amit Shah, JP Nadda and other leaders from all the political parties across the line have been campaigning here. So it all remains to be seen who forms the government in the state of Telangana on the 3rd of December.
Well, thank you very much, Aneri, for putting this into perspective. Before I go across to my colleague Varshini, just a quick check of what we know so far in terms of the Prime Minister's last leg of campaigning, just 72 hours before the campaigning ends in the state of Telangana. Ladies and gentlemen, we've essentially seen over the last 1 month or so with all the political parties trying to woo the voters with their manifestoing. Largely, if you see the latest controversy essentially being with the promise that has now been made by the BRS with regards to an IT park that would be made after they come back to power. The promise that has been made is that it's going to be reserved for a particular community. But having said that, that hasn't really gone down well with the other political parties taking on the BRS. One of the biggest allegations that have been leveled by the Bharatiya Janata Party against the BRS is one with regards to corruption, and second is with regards to minority appeasement. On both counts, remember the BRS essentially saying that the Bharatiya Janata Party perhaps has nothing to really offer to the people of Telangana. That is the reason why they believe that a state with the highest per capita income in the country, and that is all because of the welfare schemes that were being brought in by the BRS government. BJP perhaps finds itself in a spot. BJP, on the other hand, has taken on the KCR government, saying that this is a corrupt government. They've also cited the fact that KCR's daughter, MLC K. Kavita, has been named in the liquor scam, in which, remember, you also have the Aam Aadmi Party in the talk. But these images coming in from the capital city once again goes on to indicate how seriously perhaps the Bharatiya Janata Party is taking itself in a state where they haven't really done well in the past. Not willing to concede ground at this point in time, with the Prime Minister bringing in the much needed impetus in the last leg of the campaigning. Let me just quickly bring in my colleague Varshini, who is also reporting from the site. In fact, Varshini, you've spent a considerable amount of time right now in Hyderabad and also traveling to other parts of the state. What is it that you have picked up in terms of how exactly has the Bharatiya Janata Party taken up their election strategy this time? And of course, bringing in the Prime Minister would bring in the much needed impetus right now on the ground, because these last few days are also going to turn out to be extremely crucial.
Well, Shravan, if you see, yes, rightly put, like the Prime Minister coming down here is definitely a big advantage, because people were, like we said, are very eager to connect with the national and the top leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party. But also what the Bharatiya Janata Party has essentially taken in its hand to campaign in this election is definitely a game of attack that we can see. The strategy is all about bringing out certain information about the BRS, like, the corruption allegations that they are taking in their hands to campaign extensively against the BRS is the major thing. And also about the minority appeasement politics is what they are alleging that the BRS is fully made of. The Home Minister Amit Shah has been constantly and repetitively stating about how the minority appeasement politics is what the BRS is all about. And if at all they are going to come back to power, it is only going to make things worse in the state of Telangana, is what he essentially stated. And also another important thing is about the dynasty politics that they are also speaking about. And BJP has always pointed out about how certain regional parties have been following the dynasty politics rule in their own, states, and how Telangana is also one of the states that has been stuck under the dynasty politics rule, and that is also what the BJP has taken in their hand to break the continuous rule of the BJP in the state of Telangana, continuous rule of BRS in the state of Telangana. So these are the things that the BJP has mainly taken in their hands to mark and point it out to the people, to ensure that they understand what they have to look for when they are looking for change, and that is exactly what the BJP is trying to do here as well. We also saw about how these last minute issues that are also arising, be it the Raitu Bandhu cancellation or the other violations of MCC, that is also being taken into consideration. The BJP is also speaking about that. And also one more important thing to note is the renaming of Hyderabad into Bhagyanagar, which was announced by Yogi Adityanath. A lot of people have resonated with that also. Therefore, a lot of things like this that the BJP is announcing and using as a point to attack the ruling BRS government is also probably paying well for them, which hopefully one can expect to turn into oaths when it comes to the polling day. But for now, these are the things that the BJP is constantly talking about when it comes to the BRS government, which has been here for the past 10 years. And like I already mentioned, since the anti-incumbency is definitely prevalent, and definitely one can be able to see it in the ground when they are here. That is why these kind of things are again and again being stated by the BJP to make sure that people are going against the current government that is in power, Shravan.
Well, in fact, it appears that the roadshow has now come to an end. We'll be getting you the latest from Hyderabad. Slipping into a short break.